what will it take to see a significant change for the better in the state and federal prison systems? I think the way to go after the prison systems, and I get this from the students I teach in the prison, is to build a campaign to force states, federal and state authorities to pay the minimum wage. Because if and remember, the prisons are run by those who are incarcerated. That labor, and in some states like Alabama, they don't even pay it. In New Jersey, you make $28 a month. But if they had to pay them the minimum wage, the system would collapse. I think that is the way to carry out a frontal assault. Because again, the privatization of prisons, we talk about private prisons, which are a small percentage of prisons. Usually ICE uses private prisons, some federal prisons. But the real problem is that internally, all prisons, the services, or I hate to call them services, the medical, the money transfer, the phone service, global telling, they're all they've all been privatized, and they're gouging the poorest of the poor. I mean, on the phone service is just criminal, because of course it's the only way incarcerated men and women can speak to their children. You have to pay in advance. And then because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, including, of course, corporations use prison labor. McDonald's makes their uniforms in prison. Their lobbyists are all writing the legislation that continues this monstrous system of mass incarceration. 25% of the world's prisoners, although we're less than 5% of the world's population, because it's, and of course, a very high recidivism rate. 76% of people go back to prison after 5 years. Well, why? Because they can't get public housing, they can't get public support, they're not trained vocationally inside the prisons to do anything by intent. They often get out owing a lot of money, which a lot of people don't know. So if they can't get a job and they can't pay off those debts, they go right back to prison. The system is, people say it doesn't work. No, it works just the way it's designed to work. So that is what my students and others who are incarcerated say, that the campaign has to be to raise the minimum wage. That's the most effective way, because we don't have the money to compete with their lobbyists. We can't do that.